My beloved child. Let everything else fade for a moment, every distraction, every worry. Just be still. I want you to hear me. I have seen the tears you've cried when no one else was looking. The ones you wiped away in the silence of your room. I've felt the heaviness in your chest, the ache in your heart, and the thoughts that kept you awake at night. I know it all, not as a distant observer, but as a father who loves without condition. You've whispered prayers that never made it past your lips. You've hoped when it felt foolish to keep hoping. But I want you to know something deeply personal. I have never left your side. Not once. Not even for a heartbeat. I was there in the hospital room. I was there when you thought, this is too much. I'm here now. There is no struggle too hidden for me to notice. No pain too private for me to feel. I know the weight you carry when you think of your family, your future, and everything that seems uncertain. But I want you to breathe deeply and listen. You are not alone, and you never have been. I see more than just your pain. I see your faith. I saw you hold on when giving up would have been easier. I saw how you chose to trust me even when nothing made sense. Every time you said, Lord, I still believe, heaven stood still in awe of your courage. You kept showing up. You kept praying. You kept walking, step by step, even when your heart was weary. I honor that. I cherish that. So now, my child, let me wrap you in my unfailing love. Let me speak peace into your soul. You've been trying to carry too much alone. Let me carry you. You are more than the sum of your broken moments. You are mine. I shaped you in your mother's womb. I knew you before time began. And right now, I am speaking into your life a promise that cannot be broken. I will turn it all around. The pain will not have the last word. The loneliness will not be your future. The darkness you've walked through will only make the light I'm bringing shine brighter. Take a moment. Feel my presence. Let every anxious thought be still. I'm not rushing you. I'm not disappointed in you. I'm simply here, with open arms. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of something sacred. So come close. Rest. Breathe. And know. I'm turning it all around, just for you. There's something I want you to understand, not just in your mind, but in the deepest place of your heart. I have seen your faith, and it moves me. You may not have realized it, but each time you chose to pray instead of panic, you were sowing seeds of victory. Each moment you trusted me when everything around you felt uncertain, you were building something eternal. I watched you stand when it felt like everything in your world was falling apart. I saw the strength it took to smile when you were breaking inside. I saw the love you showed others when you were in need yourself. And I want you to know, I do not overlook a single act of faith. You didn't wait until things were perfect to seek me. You didn't wait for the storm to pass to worship. You met me right in the middle of the chaos, and that has moved my heart more than you know. Even when your emotions told you to give up, you chose to stay. You chose to believe. You came to me not with polished words, but with raw honesty, and that's what I treasure most. I want to whisper something to your spirit now. Your endurance is not in vain. Not one tear, not one prayer, not one quiet act of obedience has gone unnoticed. You've planted much in faith, more than you realize. And soon, the harvest will come. In ways you never expected, through doors you never imagined, I will begin to unfold what I've prepared for you. What you thought was lost is not gone, it's being redeemed. What you thought was delayed is not denied, it's being refined for a better purpose. The world may have tried to tell you that you were too weak, too far behind, too broken to carry my blessing, but I say this, you are chosen. You are deeply known. And you are still right on time for what I have promised you. So don't measure your life by what you see in this moment. Measure it by what I have spoken over you. My word never fails. My timing is precise. I have not forgotten the promises I whispered into your heart in the quiet nights. I'm still working, still shaping, still aligning everything for your good. You've walked a path that many don't see, but heaven has watched every step. The angels have been dispatched on your behalf. I've gone before you, making crooked roads straight and breaking chains you never even saw. While others sleep, I labor over you. My plans for your life are still unfolding, and the best is not behind you, it's still ahead. So lift your eyes again. Refuse to let fear or comparison steal your confidence. What I've placed in you is holy. It's unique. It's needed. You may not feel qualified, but I have already qualified you. You may not feel ready, but I am your strength. And as you keep walking with me, you'll see what I've promised begin to bloom, even in places where you only saw dry ground. Let these words settle into your heart. You've remained faithful, and now I will be faithful to fulfill every word I've spoken over you. The dawn is near. Keep going. Now that you've held on through the waiting, through the weeping, through the long nights of not knowing, hear this truth from my heart to yours: you're closer than you think. What once felt distant is drawing near. The door you've been praying for is beginning to open, quietly and steadily, like the morning light slipping through the curtain. I know how long you've waited. I know how many times you wondered if anything was ever going to shift. You've walked faithfully, even when it felt like nothing was changing. But I was working, beneath the surface, behind the scenes, beyond what your eyes could see. You're not stepping into just another season, you're stepping into the very moment I've been preparing all along. The path ahead isn't random. It's purposeful. Every step has been guided by my hand, even the detours you didn't expect. Even the delays that felt like setbacks were part of my plan to deepen your roots before lifting you higher. Let me say this plainly: I am not a God of almost. I don't tease my children with hope only to leave them hanging. What I start, I finish. And I am bringing your story to a place of restoration, joy, and divine fulfillment. I want you to begin to walk in expectancy, not anxiety. No more waiting for the next bad thing to happen. No more bracing for disappointment. Begin to expect goodness, because I am good. Begin to expect peace, because I am your Prince of Peace. Begin to expect breakthrough, because I am the one who parts seas and breaks chains. This is your invitation: walk boldly into the season that's opening before you. Not because you have it all figured out, but because I do. What's ahead won't be built on your strength alone, it will be fueled by my Spirit, sustained by my grace, and marked by my favor. You'll look back on this time and realize that every delay, every tear, every lesson was part of the preparation. And you'll be able to say, He really did work all things together for my good. Now is the time to release what I never asked you to carry. Let go of the pressure to perform. Lay down the fear of what others think. And step forward, not in fear, but in faith. You won't be walking alone. I am already there, in the spaces you haven't reached yet. I'm waiting for you at the next turn, with provision already in place, and mercy fresh for each new morning. I'm ahead of you and beside you all at once. My voice will guide you. My presence will sustain you. And my love will never let you go. So breathe deeply. Straighten your shoulders. And begin to walk like someone who knows they are deeply loved, chosen, and called. The shift has already begun. As you begin to move forward with renewed confidence, there's something I want you to know deep within your soul: none of it was wasted. Every painful moment. Every unanswered question. Every quiet prayer spoken through tears. I've seen them all, not as fleeting cries in the dark, but as precious offerings poured out before me. You've walked through seasons that felt like storms, unexpected, relentless, and at times, unbearable. You've faced loss, disappointment, and heartbreak that left you wondering if anything good could ever grow again. But I was there. I was never absent. And I never stopped working. What felt like silence was not abandonment. It was the sacred stillness of me shaping you from the inside out. The trials didn't come to destroy you, they came to strengthen you. The fire didn't consume you, it refined you. In every crushing moment, I was producing something eternal, something valuable, something that could only be formed through pressure and perseverance. You may have felt overlooked by others, but you were never overlooked by me. I kept record of your faithfulness. I caught every tear. I guarded every dream you surrendered. And now, I am redeeming it all. You see, I never waste pain. I transform it. That heartache, I'm turning it into healing for others. That setback, I'm using it as the foundation for your breakthrough. Those lonely nights you endured, they taught you to recognize my voice in the quiet. What once felt like ashes, I am shaping into a crown of beauty. Even your questions didn't offend me. I heard them. I welcomed them. And in time, I will reveal the answers that matter most. You've been walking through what felt like a valley, but it was actually sacred ground. I was tilling the soil for something that will bear fruit in due season. So don't dismiss your journey. Don't wish it away. The scars you carry aren't signs of failure, they're proof that you survived. That you kept walking. That your story is still unfolding under my watchful eye. And now, my beloved, I want you to begin seeing yourself not as someone who barely made it through, but as someone being raised up in strength and purpose. You are becoming who I created you to be, not in spite of the battle, but because of it. You've learned to depend on me in ways you never imagined. You've grown in compassion. You've become more resilient, more tender, more bold. And that's not by accident. That's my work in you. So if you're still carrying guilt over the past, lay it down. If you're wondering whether I can use the broken pieces of your story, let me assure you, I already am. Nothing is beyond redemption in my hands. Nothing is too damaged for me to restore. Keep walking forward, not with regret, but with reverence. What the enemy tried to use to break you, I'm using to build you. What seemed like an ending was really the beginning of something sacred. Let this be the truth you carry today, you are not the same person who entered that storm. You're stronger. Brighter. Rooted. Ready. And the next part of your story? It's more radiant than you can imagine. You've walked through fire and rain. You've stood when it would have been easier to quit. And now, after all you've endured, I want you to take this to heart, you are standing on the threshold of fulfillment. This is the moment I've been preparing you for, not a flash of relief, but a lasting, soul-deep transformation. The time has come to embrace the promise, not in fear, but with boldness, not as someone unsure of their worth, but as a beloved child walking confidently into what has already been written in heaven. You are no longer defined by what broke you. You are no longer tethered to the shadows of the past. That chapter is closed, not because you forced your way out, but because I have turned the page. I've been aligning every detail, timing every step, and clearing every obstacle that once stood in your way. And now, what once felt impossible is beginning to unfold. You'll begin to see favor in unexpected places. Joy will begin to return, not the temporary kind, but joy that flows from deep within, rooted in the certainty of my presence. Doors will open, not because of manipulation or striving, but because I go before you. What once was delayed is now arriving on schedule, my schedule. I want you to receive this without hesitation, you are ready. You may still feel unsure. You may still be carrying remnants of yesterday's doubts. But I'm not asking you to be perfect, I'm asking you to trust me. You've grown in ways you haven't fully recognized yet. You've developed quiet strength, unwavering hope, and a heart that listens. That's what I needed to build before the blessing could arrive. Step into this season with a renewed mind. Don't bring yesterday's fear into tomorrow's promise. Don't measure what's ahead based on the pain behind. The wilderness was never your destination, it was preparation. Now you walk not in circles, but in purpose. I've placed within you everything you need for what comes next, wisdom that came from the waiting, peace that came from the pressing, and courage that came from communion with me. You are walking into a land of grace, but not as a wanderer, as an heir. As one who has been appointed, anointed, and chosen. So, lift your head. Straighten your posture. Not in pride, but in holy assurance. I am the one who called you, and I am the one who is faithful to finish what I started. This new chapter is not built on empty hope, it's built on my unshakable word. You will see relationships restored. You will witness provision flowing. You will experience peace that surpasses everything you've known before. Not because of your strength, but because my hand is on you. And through it all, never forget, I'm still walking beside you. Every step. Every moment. Every breath. You're not stepping out alone, you're stepping forward with me. So now, go ahead and take that step. Into healing. Into blessing. Into purpose. Into the divine life I've had waiting for you all along. You're not who you used to be. You're stronger. You're ready. And this is just the beginning.